Central Arkansas there, Princeton, with really good pace.
Entry pass, and Wilson with his first 2 points as a Tar Heel with a couple of exclamation points. Offline, the rebound by Vessar. Evans, another guy who can shoot at the lob instead for Caleb Wilson.
He is sprinting ahead of the field. A really good find with his head up by. But these guys they've added, I mean, they are not in the mold of Baycott or Hansborough. They're not the physical enforcers those guys are.
Vessar, the offensive rebound. Wilson, another stuff. That's 4 dunks. Ogavats almost lost it. Wilson on the baseline and the hammer. What is that dunk, number 7? 6? Shape narratives around teams and conferences, and then oftentimes teams improve once league play starts.
This is Jaron Stevenson, a Chapel Hill kid, a transfer from Alabama with the Tide the last couple of years. And the long 3 won't go for Kyan Evans, but the follow will go.
Caleb Wilson, nobody blocks him out. You turn to rebound. Fog Allen played for Dr. James Naismith, who invented the game.
That's as straight a line as you can draw back to the history of college basketball.
Well, it's been 1 and out for Kansas.
Great defensive play. Peterson, though, saved it right to Wilson. Final minute of regulation, knocked away by Wilson. And the exclamation point on an impressive second half for Carolina.
Evans, Bogavats, layup. And Zach Chu needs a timeout.
Drive to the basket, you attack the defense, you don't box out. Caleb Wilson said.
Derek Dixon running the offense. Bogavats. Lob. Look out.
Gotta love that. Caleb says, not 1 hand, but 2 hands.
Wilson with a head of steam right down the lane. He has it blocked. Evans throws it out. And Caleb Wilson throws it down. Non-conference game between regional rivals. North Carolina Central from nearby Durham. Here in Chapel Hill taking on the Tar Heels. And here comes Caleb Wilson. Look out below. That 38 is a program record in the Division I era. NC Central moved up to D1 in 2011. Up above the rim again is Caleb Wilson.
And I think Central's done a nice job, Doug, of taking the air out of the basketball.
But Wilson is putting together a performance of note. 17 points, 8 rebounds so far.
Evans. Looking for Wilson. The catch and flush.
Great entry pass, 1 drop step into the rim.
With us earlier today, as opposed to saying, hey, yeah, we're shooting well, sure. There's Wilson, another dunk.
Another one of those plays at the end of practice we watched.
Woods out of the corner. Front rim miss. Here's Wilson on the run out. Through traffic. Flush. He's awake now. From Sisic in Croatia, and of course Vessar, who is from Estonia, and here's Caleb Wilson, who is from.
Yes, indeedy. 3 in a row. He said, here, give it to me. I'm going down the lane again.
Now Stevenson. Wilson.
On the post, you take your time. Then James Worthy move on the baseline with the 2-hand dunk.
And Evans a standing dribble with 10 on the clock. Vessar. Wilson the dunk follow.
And Bonaventure shooting 38% from 3. Wilson ran into Brahovic. Give it Wilson to the top baseline. Chance for one more.
He had 18 points and 15 rebounds, a career high in the win against Georgetown. Wilson spinning on the baseline and elevating for the jam. Young. Bogovac saves it, directs a little traffic, and loops it into Wilson. Everybody touches that basketball. Wilson bends the rim. Free throws in that game and made 24 of them. Just one attempt so far. Gassar up top. Caleb Wilson well above the rim to slam it home on the oop.
He loves 2 and 3 shot fakes at the end of his drive.
Wilson flies down the lane. One-handed jam. Caleb Wilson.
He can do this. One of the nation's leaders in dunks. Offensive rebounds, a point of emphasis. Terrific pass.
Powell can't cash in. Wilson, the offensive rebound, and the two-handed slam.
Reed Kaysen off the ECU bench. Misfires on the turnaround. Bayasar had it for a moment. Picked up by Kaysen. Stolen away by Caleb Wilson, and here he comes. Tar Heels back the other way. Powell has numbers. Throws it up to the rim. And Mr. Wilson with yet another slam dunk.
They were able to get the game into a track meet because they were getting turnovers, live ball turnovers, and playing in the open floor. They just haven't been able to get enough stops for that to be a consistent thing. Heads up.
Yamajuru got himself into trouble. Dixon took it away. Tar Heels on the run. Dixon still with it. Puts it up for Caleb Wilson. Trimble gives it back. Wilson's not going to miss this time. 4th dunk of the night. 19 points.
It's all about what he's seen from Caleb Wilson.
Quick take out of the corner by Somerville, but can't hit it. Bogovac in transition. Can't finish, but Mr. Wilson does.
Before the 8-day break, I'm sure Hubert Davis didn't want to take that time away. But they started to pick up a little bit of rhythm, especially behind this guy.
North Carolina, for only the 5th time, wearing home blue uniforms. Downstairs, Wilson will not miss that one.
But Wilson continued to work. He wanted the basketball on the high-low.
A lot of talent from the freshman. All around the logo, the shot clock inside 10. Gets free. Wilson with the slam! With a tomahawk! Oh, my!
Highlight. This might be #1 for here Tuesday, OB.
Gassar puts it to the deck, dumps it down for Wilson, another slam.
And that was a guy that Hubert Davis told us before the game. He said, I am really, really high on Jaren Stevenson. We asked him, is there a guy, not named Wilson who dunks it home and he leads a nation? We've seen some of the great comebacks in basketball, college basketball history delivered by North Carolina.
Steve Forbes telling us, I don't like to play zone, but I may have to. Trimble, Gassar, baseline.
Oh, my goodness.
Ballou can shoot the 3. He can turn it over.
Cookies.
Wilson, all the way. 9-point game. Dixon. Gassar tried out the double team. Oh! Trimble off the turn into traffic, and Seth Trimble can't score it, but he saves it. Dixon right back at him, couldn't finish. Wilson another rebound and dunk.
On the drive, slicing in, and Caleb Wilson with a follow slam. Kyan Evans turns the corner. The lob. The finish by Wilson and 1. The Bogovac. Here is Wilson down low. And moves along the baseline. Caleb Wilson.
Wilson.
Oh, good move. Caleb.
In the dunk.
Oh, my goodness. That time he saw the double team coming from the top.
Trimble. Back for Wilson. Baseline and a hammer.
Are you kidding me?
They have been broken down at the point of attack offensively, and guys have been able to get into the painted area.
Gassar off the slip, can't finish. Wilson can.